What's going on, guys? CZeroMedia here. Today I'm gonna be finally working on my RX7, and I'm not talking about my LS5 I'm talking about my 13B rotary RX7. So I don't think I've done a video of the 13B since I pretty much bought it. It was running, it came to my house, and it's been sitting for like a year. It still has a problem of cutting out a wide open throttle, which is a problem I want to fix. But before that, the car, last time I tried to crank, it was cranking but it wasn't starting, like my Datsun 260Z, which I just sold. And speaking of the 260Z, I literally saw that 24 hours even before the video went live. 24 hours after the ad went up on Craigslist, this guy from Grand Rapids came up, who's one of my subscribers, and literally bought the car. So the 260Z is long gone, and I'm gonna focus on getting the FD started and see what I'm gonna do with it. So the car is already jacked up right now. My roommate's working on it, and I'm gonna first pull the spark plugs out because I know the plugs are kind of old, and do a compression test and see what the compression is, and then replace the spark plug and see if it starts. And while we're at it, here is my LS swapped FD that I've been working on here and there. And by the way, if you guys are curious, I started a page on Wheelwell.com. Wheelwell, for those of you who are not familiar, is basically like Facebook for cars, right? So I have my FD build on there, I have my Evo on there, I have my Datsun on there. All the parts, pictures, and history of the cars on there. So make sure to go check out my Wheelwell page and follow me there if you're interested in any of my builds. The profile link is in the video description below, so make sure to click that. The engine is back in the car where it doesn't belong. Essentially what I did was I picked this up a couple months back and then put everything back together. Next thing I gotta do with the engine bay is I gotta hook everything up with the engine harness that I've been working on, which is kind of a chaos because I'm basically mating the LS engine harness with the Mazda chassis harness, because I'm still keeping that, and tying all of that to Camaro engine ECU. So there's a lot of cursing, a lot of drinking when it comes to harness work. As much as I hate doing this, it's something that needs to be done, and I'll do a video just on that in the next episode. But for today, we want to go ahead and work on the 13B RX7 and see if we can get it started again. So here is my rotary RX7. I don't know where the engine is. I don't see any cams or pistons. Yeah, and I think it's a 4-cylinder because I see four inlets going into the tank.
It's an inline 4.
Yeah.
Small inline 4.
Yeah, it looks like a small inline 4 here.
And some raggedy.
Raggedy? Raggedy? Who says that? Raggedy radiator piping. Yep.
Big fat radiator pipe.
Yeah, that's yeah. Blue for cold, red for hot. Alright guys, I'm now under the car, and here are the two spark plugs on the bottom side of the engine. The blue is the plug that goes on the top spark plug, the black is the one for the bottom, and same if you look forward, there's a blue and black for the front part of the rotary engine here. I'm gonna remove one of the spark plugs here and test for compression. Alright, so I'm not a rotary expert obviously because of this bad boy here, but here is how you can do a compression test on rotary engine. Now the preferred method is to get an actual compression tester from Mazda, the OEM version, because the compression on these cars apparently is RPM dependent. And because I don't want to spend $500 on the Mazda compression tester, I have here a regular compression tester that you would use on your traditional piston cars. So I've done compression tests on the Evo multiple times and show you the process. And on the Evo, on the 4G63 engine, a regular piston engine, so I say, you're looking for the peak compression pressure. On the rotary engines, you got the triangular Doritos spinning around, and in between each Dorito, there is the apex seal. And what you're looking for is a compression between each apex seals. So if you're looking for a peak pressure, you're not gonna get the 3 high compression points within the engine. So what you need to do is actually modify your compression tester if you're getting a regular version. So what I had to do was remove the schrader valve in the compression tester
so that it releases pressure every time compression is built.
Yeah, and that's a good way to explain you what's going on here. Rotary noob is I got a keychain here that's attached to my RX7. This was sent by the guys from Tuner Gear, so thanks to Tuner Gear, another shout out there.
What I'm talking about when I say apex seals is the seals are at the tip of the rotor. So there's 3 points. What I'm looking for is the compression that's built in. So this is high compression area here at the moment, and this is low compression here. And as it spins, it builds compression. So that's the compression that I'm trying to read between the 3 different areas within the rotor.
And also another shout out to Hard Tunes for sending me this Harambe Turbo shirt. Thanks for the Hard Tune, guys.
Alright, so the compression tester is in there on the upper plug. Got the tester dangling here. We're gonna crank it up and see what happens. Alright, when you be ready.
How high does it go?
60. Keep doing it again. Okay, that's good.
So that was a rear rotor upper spark plug hole making about between 60 to 90 psi.
Here, Super JDM spark plugs, straight from Japan, NGK plugs. So of course to complicate things a little more, as expected when you're working on the RX7, the spark plugs are different for the leading and training. So for the leading spark plug, you're using the 9 EQP, and then for the training you want to use 7 EQP, which is a common mistake a lot of people do when they're swapping these spark plugs on these rotaries.
Alright, so the front rotor is now hooked up with a compression tester. We're gonna go ahead and crank the car to see how much compression it's getting.
It's getting like 30 psi. Yeah.
Alright guys, so I did the compression test. The rear rotor got healthy 80 to 90 psi, which is kind of what you're looking for when you have a cold rotary car, which is what I read online. And the front rotor, unfortunately, is getting low compression. It's getting like 30 psi, and I'm not sure what's exactly causing it. It could be apex seals, it could be some other seals that's in the front rotor. But one thing I did notice is it's getting consistent 30 psi, so it's not just one point. If it had like a one failed apex seal on one of the 3 points, it would be like 80 80 30, I'm assuming, right? Or maybe like 30 30 80 psi. So basically what ended up happening after I found out that the front rotor has low compression, I put the brand new spark plugs in the car, but I stopped working on it because now I am kind of asking my rotary friends, and some of you are rotary experts, so let me know what could potentially cause low compression pressure on the front rotor while the rear is healthy. My motor might need a rebuild. If that's the case, why not? But as much as I would love to rebuild the motor right now, I don't have the time through my travels and through another business I'm trying to start right now, which I'll probably talk to you about in some other personal episodes. So depending on my research, I might have somebody else rebuild the motor and film that process so that I can concentrate my time and effort on finishing my LS6FD and the 280Z that's in the garage. Or I might just sell the FD-RX7 as is and just completely get it on my mind. So let me know what you guys think I should do with the 13B. Should I rebuild it? Is it something simple? Is it something that's cheap to do? Is it something I should fix before I put it up on market because the car will be valued more? Please let me know what you guys think. And as always, thanks for watching my videos, and I'll see you in my next episode.